Yeah, I can really feel what Johan Blake went through, a little bit at least.
Quite literally.
Yeah, because, well, on Saturday breakfast over the years, you know, we've profiled and tried a few supposedly dangerous sports, you know, wing walking, horse boarding. Till now, though, I've never suffered what you call a proper injury, you know, a real athlete's injury, like a hamstring problem. Until this week, when I fell victim to the school sports day. Here's what's happened. So it's the dad's 80-metre race, setting off at the far end. Now, I'm in the lane on the far right of your screen in a blue jumper, but I get distracted. Look what happens to the guy on the left in the white shirt. He goes down, so he's out. But that distracted me, and I pulled the hamstring just then. I hobbled over the line in next to last place in the end. It just went twang like that in an instant.
Well, a couple of things spring to mind, Mike. Number one, you weren't wearing appropriate clothing.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to be like some dads who go with spikes and shorts, taking it too seriously. You're meant to be there to watch your children, not race yourself.
Yeah.
But we've had a few emails because it has happened to a lot of people, it seems. Shelley Rudman, the great athlete, Winter Olympic athlete, has emailed in saying, or tweeted saying, in the last 2 years of supporting Ella, her daughter, I've witnessed 2 pulled hamstrings, knee injury and track grazes from the parents' race. There's also talk of broken collarbone.
Well, probably all the parents want to beat her. I don't know if she actually races, but they probably see her as...
Yeah, exactly.
Got to beat the Olympian.
And you got some as well.
Yeah, it seems to be really sad, though, doesn't it? People taking it that seriously. Sue says here they've had to ban sprints because they're so competitive. For the dads and toddlers, they're now made to skip, do the sack race or walk in pairs with wooden skis.
Sack race sounds even more dangerous because...
I'm liking this one from Andrew. Have you seen this one? Andrew says, I managed to break 2 ribs in the Father's Day sack race.
There we go.
This was at the Village Fete. Look, he gives an account of it. Listen to this. He launched himself off the start line, clutching the front of the sack to his chest, fell face forward because my fists were in the same position when I hit the ground. I broke 2 ribs. Not sure what hurt more, my chest or the disappointed look on the children's faces.
Yeah, if your dad comes last,
I know, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
What made it even worse for me, this happened to me the day before I was due to join the world marathon record holder, Paula Radcliffe, as she made her comeback and return to the streets of London for the Great City Race. Not great timing then, but I wasn't going to let Paula down, especially as I was meant to be tethered to her and also made to wear a blindfold. Back on the streets of London, the world marathon record holder Paula Radcliffe warming up for a comeback race with a difference. She's achieved so much in her career, but as she returns from injury, this was the first time she'd been a guide.
I'm left-handed, so I don't know. Are you right-handed or? Yeah. I've had a little bit of practice running with my kids where I have to hold hands, but they're not blindfolded then.
And we're all hoping that it could be a forerunner ahead of next April, hopefully have you back in the London Marathon 2015.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I'd love to be able to get the chance to kind of finish my career on my own terms.
As for now, it was time for the blindfold. Oh dear, that's weird. Wow, that is so strange. Worn in this race to promote greater understanding and awareness of what it's like to be a blind or visually impaired athlete. At least I was in good hands.
I don't get lost, but I'm just not very good with left and right. But with this, I can just pull or push.
Like a dog, I'll follow. Oh, sorry. We'd be among 6,000 athletes, including Kenya's world record holder, Henry Wanyoka, who lost his sight overnight 19 years ago and reminded me why I had the blindfold.
I'm so happy that you have that courage to run blindfolded for the 5 kilometers because at least you can have experience of how we go through. So, and I wish everybody can do that so that they can know why we have this initiative. You can imagine somebody without sight for the rest of his life.
And so we were off. Now, if you were thinking that it was a slow start for Paula and I, well, I was not only hampered by the blindfold, but sadly also a hamstring injury picked up in the dad's race at my daughter's school sports day the day before. Embarrassing. But as Paula on my right and 5-time Paralympic champion Noel Thatcher on my left kept telling me, pain is only temporary. Paula was an expert guide, counting down to every turn and warning of any manhole cover in the road. There were a few close encounters with other runners, and normal sounds like distant vehicles suddenly seemed terrifyingly close. But after 35 minutes, I could sense the crowd near the finishing line and wanted to kick on, that hamstring long forgotten. So a feeling of relief at the end, but I knew coming back to daylight was going to be a bit of a shock.
You have done what I've done.
Really guided.
I think mine was the easy bit, but big respect, that was really hard.
Now, what's
And with a hamstring injury as well.
Well, pain is temporary, as Noel said.
And the sense of relief and achievement was shared by the thousands of others still crossing the line, knowing that in 10 years, this race has now raised around £42 million to help fight and treat blindness around the world. So all in a good cause, and at least